Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Last time, remember, we opened up the third case, like so, like a fresh pot of coffee, and now we're going into the first half of this trial, known as Recipe for Turnabout. So, let's get into it, shall we? January 7, 9:48 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's order!
Maggie!
Ah! It's Detective Gumshoe!
Are you doing all right? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
And you! Yes? You better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. I think he's serious.
Hey, Detective. You're on cipher once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course! I got the situation under control. And I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. Okay. We're forming a united front today, pal. You get me? Someone's high on the job today.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish. So, we're in the courtroom, number 4, 10 a.m. Here we go. First cup. Court is now in session for the trial, Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. What? Order up. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong? Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You talking to me?" It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
I see. So our trustee Naruhodo Ryuichi is back with us now, you see.
Our trustee?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please. Mr. Chang, whether you're fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today.
But I can already tell you, I'm the real you, Naruchi.
I wasn't questioning whether you are Naruhodo Yuichi or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's why I intend to find out.
There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness. Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court.
Sorry, sir. Name's Police Department Detective.
Occupation, Tecumseh. Oh dear. Other way around, detective.
Huh? Sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday. Sir.
Since yesterday.
Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation tied up with another case now.
I hope so. She's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Eld. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens, Inc., a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence. Died of potassium cyanide poisoning. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m.
And here are the floor plans of the restaurant.
There you go.
When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee was brought over to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused.
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Godot.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
The Tribulations, X being the victim's seat.
Come, detective. Take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. And now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenelg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive.
I'm a thicky cup. Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me!
Hey, I've started with the keyboard. I might as well end it all with the keyboard. You know, keep it going with the keyboard. Even though I have my controller, I have my new controller handy, but I'm still going to use the keyboard. 4, 5. Some kind of a motive?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
You know what my golden rule is, detective. Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
We can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive?
Come on, don't you? She was... They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it.
Just what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a waiting ticket for $500,000.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then is it possible maybe they stole the winning one?
What should I do? Should I press on this play for a little hard or not? I think it's that obvious. We press harder. Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Ha. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket!
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What?! Order! Order! She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress. You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately!
I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering.
A wedding ticket for $500,000. Found during a body search of Maggie. This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too. But it is heavier now, you know. $500,000, sir. It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor.
And that's another person, unfortunately.
Do you really think there are any contradictions in this testimony?
To be honest, I don't know.
But then she told us out in the lobby. She said we'd be forming a united front, right? However, when the case should be done, there was a line.
I don't have a whole lot of options right now. The best I can do is gather the facts together, I guess.
Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
She's so desperate for it to be true. She's practically crying.
Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And what killer wouldn't say that in the face of homicide conviction?
Hey!
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. Their two testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What shall I do? Shall I press on this point a little harder or not?
Press!
Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed it. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. Ha. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations, right? I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket.
It's more like a photo to me.
Yes. A one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene.
This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place. Correct?
I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the crime. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table?
It's certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
The crime photo. Photo taken from near the kitchen. I got to ask. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
I'm not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid? Or was it a powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper. Joe! Huh. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Wright?
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press it? Yes. Press the luck. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey! You're right. That's what I was thinking.
Okay. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? For me?
Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? This!
What? Should I hope this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup. Yes. 3! The victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim. Oh, yes. It's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poison cup. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poison coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped it down. I can't read today. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the legend brought to him like this! Oh! drinking like that?
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants.
So, we got the coffee cup that contained potassium cyanide with the victim and Maggie's fingerprints.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who knows the score. There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
4. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow. That's not the cleanest apron I've seen.
That stain looks like... What, Janet? Huh. It seems the stuff I played with a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. The coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean... Of course. I'm referring to the pocket. That pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it. What? Order! 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 The court will accept these items into evidence. The apron has small pocket but big stains. The potassium cyanide bears her fingerprints found in her apron pocket. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court? Blood stain? What blood stain would that be? Don't play games, Prosecutor! The blood-colored stain that smeared all over the apron! That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain.
You don't need to be told.
Just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe! Pull a stunt like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup with it. Oh, God, you nasty! You nasty! God damn! Oh, no. No, don't do that, baby. No, baby, don't do that. Don't do that, dog. No, that ain't right, man. 17 cups of... Oh, God.
I thought everyone knew what it was already.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established. Well, Wright, it seems you really are phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation now. The investigator.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. Must have been real tough for her.
The victim didn't have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin. That means scary old man, Detective Gumshoe. There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're honestly talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? And then he hurled abuse at them and seats. Ha! It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. I bet you did. But that's not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene at around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. It took another 10 minutes or so before she came to, or was come upon. I would like to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would. I bet you would have liked to carry out the search too. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that. Oh, pretty and peaceful. And I would have slammed my gumshoe on her. I mean, you're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional bird watcher. Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about this investigation. I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? Yeah, dude, you is. He didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen, then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than... Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal.
The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
Some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge?
I think I'm onto something here. Wait a second.
Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim did not have any form of ID on him. That's what you basically... That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly?
That. His silhouette down, he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy dog eyes thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket.
It seems Mr. Glenelg visited his doctor before going to Tribulations.
We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds.
That's enough source for the court. What should I do? Should I believe? No, we need more. What about the prescription bag? So, what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty. Victim got this from his doctor before going to Tribulations. Bag's empty. You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Test as hard you trace.
Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective?
But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? And probably did more to her in this picture?
Hey! Yeah! You nailed it, pal! It happens to me all the time! We had an apartment party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing a boss's shoes.
What? I agree.
Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry.
So, Wright, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence?
Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
So, the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yeah. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
And they're just going to let him get away with it. It was just $1, detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little. Except for Gumshoe.
If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
Gumshoe is giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he does give us something.
Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious.
Come on, Gumshoe. Be the dumbest you've ever been.
Oh, God. Come on, Gumshoe. Be the dumbest you've ever been. That's going in the archives. That is definitely going in the archives, and that's definitely going up on Steam after those. Oh, God. That's just funny. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sir, I'm gonna stop you right there. Yiggy! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony. Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will ya? You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribulations. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to? You aren't too cool, pal! Indeed! Due consideration was given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness! Why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far.
The victim was killed by poison. And the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
That's all.
What?
Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
5! What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological? New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
That was 6. Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound.
The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight.
He took a blow to the side of the head, just like me, and ruptured his eardrum, unlike me.
He ruptured his eardrum?
Then what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report.
They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Yes, here it is. In very, very fine print.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have used medication.
Oh.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No.
It'll be all over.
Right. But I can't get away from any legal objections. What should I do? Push the medication issue. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tribulations. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? The medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal. That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. You got it! It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it, either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot. I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Victor Godot, the pigeon eater? Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. And that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. He had 11 already? God damn, dog! Goes adjourned for recess. Ooh. January 7th, 11:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Well, that was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Ghost, how could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help
He was backed into a corner. Sorry about that. I didn't know the phone was ringing. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Or gumshoe.
So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yep. Mr. Kudo. Lover, waitress outfits, and projectile seeds.
I bet he's really gonna be stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know. Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds! He's using needle cannon. January 7, 11:15 a.m. Courtroom number 4, District Court. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please. One moment. Need to check my dinner. Sorry about that. Had to cut off my dinner because I was cooking long before this last fight, long before I started this part. So, here we go. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who cost the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand?
There should be a question mark there.
The bullshit. Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
My name's Victor Kudo. Born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times too. We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation. My occupation? Ha! Listen, youngin'. How much call you? Ha! Listen, youngin'. How much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do! Or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimono before this country even existed.
Wow, we're craftsmen. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costumes sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So, I had to take a job working cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness. Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
I am. I was eating some cheese over a cup of Java cheese.
Cheese. Sunflower seeds a bit. I see. So you saw everything that happened. Grab. 12!
Yeah? Oh, yes. Yes, I did. I saw it all.
Then please, tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this. His theme is the bullshit, the bullshit, the bullshit, the bullshit. The bullshit detector theme.
The young man was reading a sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's seat. I remember her well.
Mr. Godot, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
Ha! You're as bad as a resident. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones,
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses and it's wires and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me.
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
I hear you, man. My grandpa would be proud to meet you. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's one for the books, though. So, sir, what you witnessed was ass, titties, and ass. Ass, titties, and titties, and ass. So, you saw the victim then. You saw Mr. Glenn Ellis.
I want to know if Goodson Brown retains his championship or not.
So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading. Huh. And at the location in question? There are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right?
So what if there are?
If you say that you can see the victim, that means you were sitting at a table on the other side of the restaurant, correct?
I go to that place to drink cappuccino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at.
You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Mr. Godot, that is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Mr. Godot never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
You just made one.
Oh, fool. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the servant girl put in the Jappuccino's will.
But I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not going to like it. Chris Hunter, Chris Hunter, Chris Hunter, Chris Hunter. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee.
I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure. There's no question about it. She's very conspicuously put some white powder in that.
Did she really put that into the coffee?
You got me, boy! She took some out of that small brown bottle and sprinkled it.
Couldn't she have been adding sugar?
Sugar! Yeah, small brown bottle like that.
Like that. Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? A bottle like this, perhaps. We're talking it!
Oh, there it is! That's the one!
That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume? So what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear to you. keep doing that, and all of a sudden I got an allergy coming. I got a sneeze coming, so I'm just kind of shaking it out. He took just one sip.
You youngins, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8.
That's Starbucks. I don't go to no Starbucks, damn it. I go to 7-Eleven for my coffee. I'm not cheap like that. I just like good coffee. For a little nothing. I go to the store and get my own coffee.
In the good old days, we would have drink ever that's drop, eat in the cup, and then die.
Congratulations. You have earned the title of Bat. Congratulations. I can't do that, I'm sorry. I can't do it. Just the text is too goddamn funny. Congratulations, you have earned the title of virtuous man to grace the courtroom. Here's your song right over hitting the moon. That was immediate death. Well, at the potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh, yes. He slumped over without so much as a twitch. If I felt a Javachino, I'd just drink turn sour in my stomach.
Oh, yes. I know that feeling. And the waitress? I presume she is.
That's the serving girl right there. In the defendant's chair. I remember her well. She got no titties.
You said, I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Does she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features. It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Hi.
You can see all the way up to Godot. She's practically naked in that uniform.
She is? I object to that. So, the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear just such a uniform. Even me. Mr. Wright! She spared the cause of any further mental anguish from that image. Oh, I don't know. I've seen fan art, some creepy ass fan art of Gene Armstrong thinking about Detective Gumshoe when it actually exists. That's mental anguish.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away.
Ha! There are things I recognize about her, too.
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Press the waitress. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or no?
Quite right. Mr. Godot, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Yes, sir. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face.
Ha! As if I wouldn't remember that.
The witness noticed the straps on the accused's apron.
Is unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right! I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair was red!
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do now? I get the feeling there's something more to this amount. Yeah. Let's ask about the back. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back.
So what?
Is it possible that you were looking at her ass? You never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection! Ha! It's got you there, Krebs.
People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps and ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Godot, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
And if I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet.
There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front.
But really, shit. You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face. Yes?
No question about it. I didn't come this far to back down now. Victor Godot never backs down.
That's not the answer I was looking for, but okay.
This has turned into a matter of pride for old TV members, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not.
like I thought, we need some concrete proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front.
Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it?
Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there.
But he was there for the cute outfit, right? Not the waitress.
I guess. Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, did I just say something clever?
I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie.
That's what we have to figure out, Nick.
One, two, three, four, 4A. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4A. Oh, really, sir? You mean to tell me that this right here did not catch your interest at all? Yeti! Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this.
Cat! That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't!
Of course you haven't.
You think I forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-wit cop! What? Nani? Ever since I said you half-wit cop, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning.
Eh?
And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before. Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. I'm making him sound like Mike, the cranky routine. Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this. Yet he just did. He just oops himself into this. He can't oops himself out of this, but he just did. Ha. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Cup! Number 9. Listen, Wright. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Godot. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
He can't remember. Probably more like he messed up so many times. He's blocking it all out.
Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Godot. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
He was another of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling his pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the servant girl in question brought over the job scene. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
The testimony we have just heard was to tell us how credible the witness memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in great deal of detail.
Oh, yes. I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are we going to handle this, Vic?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
I suppose, but it's what I do best. So that means press everything. Spectacles.
Dark glasses to you. One of them lenses was green, but the other one was broken.
Oh, you mean a scouter.
Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well.
He did have some kind of lens over his eyes. That looks like a scouter, dude. But I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. I would have called it a scouter. He seems to have he seems to have been wearing some rather modern looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's top appearance.
Ah! You better come up with some shabby wit!
Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacle. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it?
That young hooligan! I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting, huh? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that wrestling going on? I need to find out if Goodson Brown retained the championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. If you want to know something, why don't you buy your own?
What are you looking at me like that for, huh? How dare you judge me? Ow! Ow!
Goodson Brown got beaten yesterday. By the way, anyway.
If you don't know what Goodson Brown means, Gutsman. That was a Gutsman joke. The wireless.
The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper, or this to the wireless.
Oh boy.
Using their priest. It's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears. I couldn't catch anything.
Was he that desperate to listen to the radio?
What you look at me like that for, How dare you feel sorry for me?
What? How dare I feel sorry for you?
Ow! Ow!
You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, aren't you? You never let anything go, isn't that right?
Maybe.
What does it matter if I saw him from the front or from behind? My eyes don't lie!
The hips don't lie either.
Ow! Ow!
Stop with the new cannon. I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence. Is freehand?
Yes?
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before coffee is? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, you did not. If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand was it, you moron?
Again with the needle cannon, stop it! Ha! Perhaps the great Mr. Wright has 3 hands. Oh, you will love that, won't you?
Yes! I was only asking, don't need to gang up on me like and treat me like a freak.
The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish this one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of splits.
I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh?
Anything will do, even the small detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. And apparently we do have that one mistake. So you're saying that he had this in his free hand? Well, sir? Ignotti! Mr. Godot, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory?
I know! There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Wright? According to Mr. Godot, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
Cat! What is this? Kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used. Correct? Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But, ow!
Well, Mr. Godot, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You gonna oops that, man? You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Mr. Godot, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from.
Wait! If you think I'm going to say anything to you, tell me I'm mad. You wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony.
That young man was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh, yeah. No question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen on you. It's that dead young hot-biting you, sprocket-head yahoo, who I fought.
The dead young hot.
Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Now don't call me old man! Old man! Been around for 68 years, you can't ignore me! Listen to what I've got to say!
If only I had a bag of popcorn right now. I'm sorry, Mr. Godot, but sure, I not hear a little more? Mr. Godot! A native cup. But this is my 16th cup of coffee. Wait! Already? Damn! So this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain! You can go on, Victor!
The left or the right hand?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his spec. It kept fiddling with it all the time. It was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. Well, really, if you look at it, it would be his right eye. Because if we're looking at a profile, we pretty much see this be on the left eye. The monocle would be on the left eye, but we're looking at it through a mirror, so right eye. You know, my right, your left. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. I'm ready for number 17. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. Since when? A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter.
Wait, sir, how do you know about HDTV? No, there's... I need to question that. How do you know about HDTV? Someone was updating.
I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts in good old black and white.
Oh.
Hey, Gary!
I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can knock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt.
Even though it's on the right side?
I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What'd you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't hear in that ear.
Is that true, Cap?
Order! This witness testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. Probably slapped it too. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot?
17! A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain! Are you calling me a trip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rib clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I never back that! I know I'm right! The rest of this record goes over right here! Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup, held in his left, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible! The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. Objection. 17. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The fact still stands. With one hand on the other, Mr. Egg drank the poison coffee. Like this! He did not drink it like that. Only you. Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness' memory is credible. And the results are clear. He is not the father. The testimony given by this witness is useless. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? I'm at it. Kick that! You poppers old phone! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. probably hit the press button. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Martha! Martha! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Godot. Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart of the day, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his teeth or cross his eyes now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Godot, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else, of course, you know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shot. Stop with the needle cannon. You're wasting weapon energy. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one file shooting? The file chapter in this accentuates old man crap notebook. Sorry. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the job you want if you come to my house after trial. I'm maybe 68 years old, but Victor Godot is still man. That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet! More quicker!
I can't believe this is happening.
You break your way, youngster! I get the picture. Just quit throwing stone stains at me! Would you?
You gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo cover. He's using. He must be, because it swears like he's using needle cannon constantly. The weapon energy is not going down. He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo cover with those boxes. That one box of seeds, like infinite ammo. It's the final showdown!
First of all, I want to stress that this might be done. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Java cheap. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, huh?
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Hey! You done me, dude? You done uphold the defense's whole man?
No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Godot. This generation is nothing but a bunch of Victor Kudos.
You judge me just because of my video games?
No, we're not judging you.
Yes, you is! You is! You always!
Shut the hell up, dude. We're not judging you for shit. The people of this generation, nothing but Victor Kudos. Victor Kudo clones all over the United States.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of. And I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain! That's what...
Read that again.
You're a bird brain! That's why that's all you can think of.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. Let me do this again. One, 2, 3. Vase, you say?
Yes! There are vases on all the tables in that place. They're actually just waiting to happen. They're practically ready to be knocked over.
Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them, too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase.
Well, it's our saying been clear, but are you really defined?
Okay, I get it.
I heard it break! He shot him in birds from my memory to this day!
Iggyari? Mr. Kudo. This is a photograph of the crime scene.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad? Oops.
I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch!
Hopscotch? What the fuck?
Help!
Stop it, Needle Man. It don't work that way. Enough.
If you throw any more seeds in the court, I have you contempt of court.
What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes. Go on.
The broken vase was on my table. That I need. Well, you see, it startled me when that young man collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table.
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Thank you. That sound effect was perfect. It's like, that sound like... and it came from my phone. That timing was perfect. Thank you, Mr. Godot. I can't even do this. Thank you, Mr. Godot. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
And I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Godot.
What? There's more! I've got more to say! Oh, yes! I remember something else.
Please shut him off.
Ben! Escort the witness out of the courtroom. Oh, no!
Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. No shit. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. You know it's on the right side?
Wow, Nick! You did it!
I therefore require both the defendant and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it, if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't cross like that.
Well, that's really matter.
Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. Now 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor.
Victor's testimony added to the court record. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my feet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned. I'm glad because I don't know what the hell just happened there. So, in the next part, in the investigation, we're going to see exactly what happened up to this point, and then some. So stay tuned. It's all right. And in the next part, we go back into investigation. So stay tuned. More of Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations Revisited right after this. Thanks so much for watching.